Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you from WKYT. It's Hump Day and the last day of September. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Welcome in today.
Wednesday, September 30th, and now at 6 a.m. We're learning some new details about the Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis's private meeting with Pope Francis.
Police make one more arrest in a violent Lexington home invasion, but say another suspect is still on the run.
And the rain can't stop. Hundreds of Kentucky basketball fans, look at them go, camping out for tickets to Big Blue Madness.
Always reminds me of people going to grab their piece of land. I tell you what, Defender, we're looking outside, seeing a couple of sprinkles, a couple of light showers, and there's the bulk of the rain back towards 65. Heading our direction, another rainy day for some. When does it stop, or does it stop at all throughout your weekend? I'll have that coming up in about 5 minutes.
Micah, thank you. First on WKYT News, Kim Davis, the defiant Rowan County clerk, is again making international headlines.
Her legal team says she had a private meeting with Pope Francis during his historic trip to the United States. WKYT's Mark Barber is joining us from the live desk this morning to explain what Davis's attorneys are actually saying about the meeting.
Good morning, Rebecca. And they're saying that private meeting was brief, lasting less than 15 minutes. Kim Davis's attorneys say Pope Francis thanked Davis for her courage and told her to stay strong. We're told the Rowan County clerk, who became a household name for refusing to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, met with the Pope at his request at the Vatican Embassy in Washington, D.C. last Thursday. Davis's attorneys tell us she hugged the Pope and they prayed together. The Pope also reportedly gave Davis and her husband a rosary that he blessed. Davis says her parents are Catholic, so she's going to give them the rosary. The Pope's stance is very clear about whether government employees with religious objections to the law should obey the law. On his flight back to Rome, he said those officials have the human right to disobey the law if it violates their conscience. Governor Steve Beshear disagrees.
You've got two choices. You either obey the law as you swore you would do, or if your conscience tells you you just can't do it, then the honorable thing to do is resign.
Now, Davis has made it clear she does not plan to resign. Her attorneys say during her meeting with the Pope, he held out his hands and asked her to pray for him. She reportedly held his hands and then asked him to pray for her. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Well, new this morning, police are investigating after shots were fired into a Lexington apartment. Police say the two people were inside the Tates Creek Village apartment on Kirk-Levington Drive. At least one bullet made it into the apartment. No one was hurt. Right now, there are no leads on the shooter.
Also new this morning, police have made an arrest in a Lexington home invasion. Michael Walls is now charged with 2 counts of burglary. Last week, police say a man woke up to find Walls and another man in his home on Mount Foraker Drive. When he confronted the intruders, they shot him. Police say Walls admitted to the crime. The other suspect has not been arrested. Now to a developing story just into our newsroom this morning. Kentucky's Republican Agriculture Commissioner James Comer says he will run for Congress to replace retiring U.S. Representative Ed Whitfield. Whitfield announced yesterday he will not seek re-election after spending 20 years representing Kentucky's 1st congressional district in Washington. That's mostly out in western Kentucky. The heavily Republican district consists of 35 counties, again in western Kentucky, but coming all the way up into parts of central Kentucky, including a sliver of Lincoln County. It includes Comer's hometown. Comer lost the Republican nomination for governor by just 83 votes in May, but he won the 35 counties in the 1st district with 55% of the vote in the Republican primary.
Well, realtors are warning right now about what's known as a scraping scam in the Lexington housing market. Realtor Meredith Lane owns a 3-bedroom home on Zandale Drive in Lexington. She says she received many calls from people who wanted to rent it after seeing it listed on Craigslist. Lane says a man in Texas is ripping people off by swiping information from house listings. She says he asked for $600 in rent up front and $600 for a deposit, and he sends that to a routing number there. A proposal by 2 Kentucky lawmakers to start the school year later not going over so well with some school officials. According to the Herald Leader, the Kentucky School Boards Association Board of Directors opposes a proposal that would prevent schools from starting classes earlier than the Monday closest to August 26th. The board says start dates should be left up to each school board. Senators Damon Thayer and Chris Girdler announced the proposal. They say a later start date would help students.
Coming up on 6:05 on WKYT this morning, after 2 unsuccessful attempts, voters in Berea have approved alcohol sales by the drink in restaurants. The referendum passed by more than 300 votes during yesterday's special election. Berea restaurants that seat at least 50 people and make at least 70% of their sales from food will be allowed to sell alcohol by the drink. However, you still will not be able to buy alcohol at stores in Berea. Happening this morning, the 3 candidates for Kentucky governor will be appearing with Matt Jones on Kentucky Sports Radio this morning. Democrat Jack Conway, Republican Matt Bevin, and Independent Drew Curtis will be taking part in a debate. It will air live on Kentucky Sports Radio. You can also watch the debate, though, live on WKYT.com. We'll provide that live stream beginning at 10 o'clock this morning. Tonight at 6, we'll be releasing the latest WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass Poll. We'll be taking a look at where the 3 gubernatorial candidates stand with just a little more than a month to go before Election Day. So again, that's tonight at 6.
Okay.
Anticipation. Well, let the madness begin. Hundreds of UK basketball fans made the mad dash across the street this morning. We watched them go about an hour ago. They went over to camp outside Memorial Coliseum.
You know, they are putting the mad and mad dash and, you know, Big Blue Madness. They are there, of course, to get their hands on those free Big Blue Madness tickets that will not be actually handed out for 2 more days. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is there live in all the insanity. Michelle, how are fans dealing with the dreary weather?
You know, the weather wasn't really an issue this morning. The people out here were determined to get their spot. You know, as a matter of fact, people have been out here since Sunday night, camping out before the actual camp out took place. Now, the camp out took place at 5 a.m. this morning, and you know, we were actually waiting for a horn to go off or something to happen. It never did. About 2 minutes prior to 5 o'clock, people dashed across the streets to get their spots for their tents. You know, I watched one guy dive into the grass like he was diving into home plate just to get his spot. He ended up limping off, but he will be fine. He did get a spot. Now, I also met a man this morning who was waiting for a spot for his 76-year-old mom. They call her Nanny Wildcat. He also got a spot, and even a lady was out here. She has a 2-month-old at home waiting for her place on the field.
Getting across the street for my friend Briley. She's got a new baby at home, too. But here's our tent. We got where we wanted. That's all that matters. Go Cats!
Now, due to construction, there are usually spots for 500 people to camp out. This year, there'll only be about 400 spots. Now, they won't get their tickets until Friday at 10 o'clock, so they will be out here until Friday night at 10 o'clock, camping out for Big Blue Madness, which is set to take place on October 16th. Live in Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Some kind of fun, right?
You know, they're not letting a little bit of rain dampen their spirits, that's right. For sure, which we never expected them to. I mean, they do this every year.
Once in a while, they get a special guest or 2 who'll come by, so we'll see if that happens. We'll be on top of the situation over there. Well, it looks like they're going to have to deal with some chilly temperatures as well around here.
Meteorologist Micah Harrison, our First Alert Center, with a look at what is happening with the weather. Is it going to rain all day?
That's what it looks like, at least on and off. It'll be very spotty. It's nothing like yesterday where we just added up on those rainfall totals, but we will still see some rain. And you know what? Michelle Chamberlain, check out her Twitter page. She already got a little lucky guess. Just sitting there as she passed by, it was Nanny Wildcat hanging out there. Grandma just kind of hanging out, said her grandson found her a spot. All right, let's look outside, holding on to a couple of showers here and there. You got to remember, with these low clouds, you can still get that drizzle and those sprinkles, even if it's not showing up, say, Stanford, Berea, Richmond. But look north of you guys, we are getting some rain, and there are some wet roadways there across Winchester. GRC, you guys trying to get off to school, just remember that you're going to have wet roadways. It'll be pretty jam-packed trying to get that traffic off into school. And also, just to the south of Lexington into Tates Creek, make your way down toward Nicholasville. East and West Jessamine. It's going to be a wet go at it this morning because you still have a few showers back towards your west. Lawrenceburg picking up on more rain. So my friends there, they didn't have rain for almost 3 weeks, maybe even a month in some locations. And now they're picking up some pretty good rain down toward the southwest, still holding on to that across 68. Just to the north of Danville at this moment, but Danville, you'll get in on the mix downtown here in just about 20 to 30 minutes. There's your look outside. It's not a good look. It's pretty wet across the roadways. And that's going to be kind of treacherous. I wouldn't say treacherous. Let's say it's just going to be an inconvenience because you're going to be a little bit later there with that timing heading off to work than you usually are, just because people tend to slow down just a little bit. Going in toward the afternoon, kids coming back from school, you're still going to have to pick them up at the bus stop if you don't want them to get wet, because it's just going to be one of those days. Hit and miss showers out and about. They're very light, but they are still there. Let's talk about your breakdown. Showers continue, and then that chilly air moves on in with that complicated weekend forecast. And I mean complicated. Check out what we're looking at there for your Saturday and Sunday. Remember, a lot of events going on. Wilmore Fall Festival, you guys got it going on Saturday. That is your high. That is not your low on Saturday at 55 degrees. It will be chilly. Then you have that chance of rain there in the forecast at 60%, Rebecca. It's one of those weekend forecasts we have to watch because there's a boundary over the East Coast. Here comes Tropical Storm Joaquin. Is it Joaquin, Bill? Joaquin?
Isn't it Joaquin? Is that how you say it? Yeah.
I know it's Joaquin. They're yelling in my ear. It's Joaquin.
I got what you were doing.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Yes.
You called it Joaquin earlier. I just had to poke fun of it.
Phonetically, but
throw a little French in there, whatever it is.
New interpretation.
Yeah, anyway, you watch those come together, and it's going to be very interesting there for the weekend. We'll see how that turns out.
We will see. And each morning we bring you weather and traffic. Here is a look at what is happening in the traffic department. Of course, there is that weather to watch out for with the rain. Main and Oliver Lewis Way, though, things looking good out there this morning.
And no reports of any major issues this morning, but everybody be careful in the rain. Need those wipers on. Be sure that this time of the year it's good to begin to get your vehicle ready for the weather to come. But,
just say that. Leave it at that, Bill.
Leave it at that.
Weather to come.
It goes far enough, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right, 6:11 on WKYT this morning. Great to have you along with us, and a lot more news coming up on your Wednesday.
So how much would you pay to get a reservation at your favorite restaurant? Yeah, I said that. How much would you pay? Why the creators of a new app think you will actually pay up during the busiest times of the day.